The silent language of attraction, decoding a woman's body language with Stoic wisdom. In a world saturated with fleeting interactions and digital noise, the ability to decipher genuine human connection feels increasingly elusive. We often navigate social landscapes with a degree of uncertainty, unsure of how our intentions are perceived or how to accurately interpret the signals emanating from others. This is particularly true when it comes to understanding the subtle nuances of attraction, a realm often shrouded in ambiguity and unspoken cues. Fortunately, by blending astute observation with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we can begin to unlock the secrets of nonverbal communication and cultivate deeper, more meaningful relationships. This exploration will take a look into some common body language from women and how to decipher their meaning while at the same time integrating my own thoughts and creativity to provide insight on how to integrate Stoicism into your life. The intricate dance of attraction plays out through a language far older than spoken words, a silent dialogue conducted through subtle shifts in posture, fleeting glances, and unconscious gestures. These cues, often imperceptible to the untrained eye, can reveal a wealth of information about a woman's interests and feelings. By understanding and interpreting these signals, we can navigate social interactions with greater confidence, empathy, and authenticity. However, the key to truly understanding lies not just in recognizing these signs, but also in approaching them with a Stoic mindset, one that emphasizes observation, mindful awareness, and a commitment to virtuous action. 1. The tender shrug, a subtle cradle of affection. One of the most revealing indicators of a woman's attraction lies in a subtle, often unconscious gesture, the tender shrug. This involves a woman briefly shrugging and lifting her shoulders in your presence, a movement that subtly mimics the way she might cradle a baby. This is known as the tenderest reaction. This seemingly minor action speaks volumes, signaling comfort, affection, and a desire to nurture a connection. Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of understanding human nature, advocating for the development of empathy and the ability to navigate social interactions with wisdom and grace. By recognizing this tender shrug, we can gain valuable insight into a woman's feelings, allowing us to respond with appropriate and genuine actions. Think of it as an invitation to connect on a deeper level, a silent acknowledgement of shared comfort and potential for intimacy. The beauty of this sign lies in its subtlety. It's not an overt display, but rather a quiet, almost imperceptible cue. This aligns perfectly with the Stoic ideal of virtue residing in intention and character rather than outward performance. The woman isn't consciously trying to seduce. Rather, her body is reflecting an internal state of comfort and affection. In our hyperconnected world, where digital communication often overshadows face-to-face interactions, recognizing these nonverbal cues becomes even more critical. It requires us to be present, attentive, and truly engaged in the moment, a practice that is inherently Stoic. 2. The hair toss, a phenomenal invitation. When a woman tosses her head back, allowing her hair to cascade over her shoulders or away from her face, it's often more than just a casual gesture. This movement exposes her neck and armpit areas, regions known to release pheromones, subtle chemical signals that can attract the opposite sex. It's a primal, instinctive act designed to draw attention and communicate interest without uttering a word. This gesture speaks to the deep-seated biological drives that influence human attraction, reminding us that beneath the veneer of social conventions lies a powerful current of instinct and desire. The Stoics recognize the importance of understanding our own nature, including our biological drives, without being controlled by them. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, encouraged us to acknowledge our instincts while striving to cultivate reason and virtue. When observing this hair toss, it's important to remember that it doesn't necessitate an immediate or impulsive reaction. Instead, it offers valuable information that can be used to guide our interactions with greater awareness and sensitivity. 3. The swaying hips, an unconscious dance of allure. A subtle yet noticeable sway in her hips as she walks can signal a woman's attraction. This movement, often more pronounced when she knows you're watching, is an unconscious dance, a physical manifestation of interest rooted in human evolution. Think of it as her body's way of catching your eye and subtly communicating her interest in you. It highlights how our bodies speak a language of their own, often revealing our true feelings even when our words remain guarded. It's also important to recognize the context in which this occurs. Is she making eye contact? Smiling? These other accompanying signals can help to paint a clearer picture. Adopting a Stoic mindset encourages us to observe without judgment and to understand the deeper motivations behind actions. This heightened awareness can help us to navigate social interactions with clarity and confidence. When you notice this sway, instead of dismissing it as mere coincidence, consider what it might mean in the broader context of your interaction. 4. The makeup touch-up, a signal of effort and desire. When a woman excuses herself to freshen up her makeup and returns with a fresh coat of lipstick, it's a clear sign she's trying to look her best for you. This seemingly small gesture speaks volumes about her interest and effort to present herself attractively. She is not merely adhering to social norms of beauty. She's signaling her desire to be noticed and appreciated by you. The act of reapplying lipstick is a testament to her effort to maintain an appealing appearance, reflecting her investment in the interaction and the date. This gesture highlights the importance of paying attention to the small details, the seemingly insignificant actions that often reveal the most about a person's true feelings. Stoic happiness depends on the quality of your thoughts. Observing and interpreting these subtle cues can profoundly influence your understanding of social interactions and relationships. 5. The lingering gaze, an invitation to intimacy. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, one subtle yet powerful sign is her focus on your lips. She may glance at your lips not just as a fleeting look, but with a lingering gaze that draws your attention. It's as if she's unconsciously highlighting her own lips, making them appear more inviting and attractive. The act of looking at your lips can also cause her tongue to move in a way that's designed to catch your eye, perhaps licking her lips or subtly biting them. These nonverbal cues are powerful tools in human interaction, often conveying more than we could ever say out loud. By being mindful of these cues, you can create a more engaging and fulfilling social life grounded in the principles of Stoicism and the pursuit of true happiness. This approach not only enhances your personal connections, but also aligns with the Stoic philosophy of living a life of virtue and self-awareness, where every interaction is an opportunity for growth and understanding. 6. The purse proximity, bridging the gap. If a woman gently strokes her purse or repeatedly places it near you, this seemingly innocuous action could be a significant indicator of her attraction. Placing her purse within your reach is a symbolic gesture, inviting you into her personal space. It's her way of showing trust and openness, which are key elements in building a connection. Conversely, if she moves her purse away, it indicates emotional distance, signaling that she's not interested or feels uncomfortable. This subtle sign underscores the importance of respecting personal boundaries and being attuned to the unspoken signals of comfort and discomfort. It reinforces the Stoic principle of empathy, reminding us to consider the feelings and perspectives of others in our interactions. 7. The eyebrow raise and lid lower, an expression of vulnerability. The act of raising the eyebrows while subtly but strongly lowering the eyelids is often likened to a woman's facial expression during her moments of climax. This is a strong indicator of her interest and desire. This combination of eyebrow movement and drooping eyelids is deeply ingrained in human psychology and instinctive behavior. It signals vulnerability and openness, inviting the man to come closer both physically and emotionally. It's important to approach this sign with sensitivity and respect, recognizing the vulnerability inherent in its expression. Stoicism teaches us to observe the world around us without letting emotions cloud your judgment. Attentively observing these subtle signs cultivates a mindful awareness that enriches our interactions and helps us navigate social dynamics with wisdom and grace. 8. The limp wrist, a subtle offering of leadership. When a woman walks or sits with a limp wrist, it's a subtle but powerful signal. This gesture conveys an air of submissiveness that can be incredibly appealing. It suggests a willingness to be led, creating a dynamic where the man feels he can take the lead. It's not about weakness, but a strategic expression of interest and availability. This gesture requires careful interpretation, as it can be easily misinterpreted. It's not about dominance or submission in a negative sense, but about creating a balance and flow in our communications. The goal is to recognize these subtle cues and respond with respectful assertiveness, fostering a dynamic of mutual respect and shared leadership. 9. The knee caress, a desire for closeness. When a woman touches and caresses her knees, it can be a strong indicator of sexual interest. This act might seem innocent or even unconscious, but it often signals a desire to bridge the physical gap between you two. If she's touching her knees, it could be a reflection of her wish to touch yours as well, symbolizing a deeper longing for closeness. Interpreting this sign requires careful observation of the broader context. Is she smiling, making eye contact, leaning in closer? These other accompanying signals can help to confirm her interest. Embracing a Stoic approach to interpreting these signs guides you towards better understanding and deeper connections. 10. The exposed wrist, a sign of trust. The gradual exposure of the soft, delicate surface of her wrists is often an unconscious sign of vulnerability and openness. The exposure of a woman's wrist signals trust and a willingness to let her guard down. Such gestures might seem trivial, yet they carry profound implications. Recognizing and respecting these subtle signals can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections. The gradual revealing of the underside of her wrists is a delicate yet telling sign of attraction rooted in the natural progression of human behavior. 11. Leg crossing, a discreet revelation. Crossing her legs is a classic and seductive move commonly seen in women, especially when they're wearing a short skirt or tight leggings. This gesture is both discreet and revealing, making it one of the most seductive body language signals a woman can display. It's a subtle but intentional way to draw attention to her legs, and it says a lot about how comfortable and attractive she feels. When a woman crosses her legs, she may be signaling her openness to closer interactions while still maintaining a degree of modesty and self-control. This balance between vulnerability and restraint can be extremely seductive. This gesture highlights the interplay between openness and self-control in the dance of attraction. We can interact with people displaying these signs in a respectful and sincere way. This self-awareness and concern for the comfort and care of others is consistent with Stoic happiness, which emphasizes harmony and mutual respect in our relationships. 12. Self-touching, an invitation to connect. When a woman sensually strokes her thigh or neck, this seemingly simple action holds deeper meaning and potential. If you notice her doing this, it's a clear sign that she's feeling a heightened level of attraction towards you. This gesture is an invitation, suggesting that if you respond correctly, she's open to you reciprocating that touch. This sign underscores the importance of responding with sensitivity and respect. It's crucial to be attentive to these cues as they collectively form a clearer picture of her feelings toward you. By understanding and responding to these signals appropriately, you can foster a deeper connection and mutual understanding. 13. Stroking phallic-shaped objects, unconscious desires. The act of stroking objects, such as cigarettes, the edge of a wine glass, or an earring, is a powerful unconscious sign of what might be going through a woman's mind. Stroking these objects can be a manifestation of a woman's inner thoughts and feelings being projected onto external objects. When you notice a woman engaging in this behavior, it's essential to understand that it could be a way of communicating her interest without verbalizing it. This sign requires careful interpretation, as it can be easily misinterpreted. It's about observing the world with a calm and discerning mind, allowing us to see beyond the obvious and understand deeper truths. 14. Hair twirling, shy flirtation or boredom. Twirling a lock of hair is a classic, almost timeless gesture that can be incredibly revealing. When a woman wants to catch a man's attention, she might gently curl a lock of her hair around her fingers or even put it in her mouth. However, this gesture is seductive only when performed openly, with the arm and hand moving gracefully and the end of the lock entering the mouth softly without being bitten. If done correctly, it's a captivating sign of interest, blending shyness with flirtation. However, if the movement is hidden or the hair is bitten, it typically signals boredom rather than attraction. This sign underscores the importance of observing subtle nuances and contextual details. By paying attention to the details of this gesture, you can gain valuable insights into her level of interest and attraction. 15. The relaxed leg position, a sign of comfort. When talking to a woman and she cleverly moves to put one foot under the other, this movement carries important meaning. By adopting this relaxed posture, she not only signals her comfort around you, but also eliminates any formality during the interaction. Furthermore, this position gives her the opportunity to expose her thighs, a subtle yet powerful gesture that shows that she finds you interesting. It's her way of showing that she's comfortable enough to let her guard down around you. This gesture highlights the importance of creating a comfortable and relaxed atmosphere in your interactions. Her foot position is a silent but eloquent form of communication. When a woman moves into this more comfortable position, it is an invitation to connect on a deeper level. 16. The shoe rock, a playful revelation. The rocking of a shoe on the toe is laden with meaning. It communicates a high level of comfort and relaxation in your presence. Moreover, it carries an undercurrent of sexual innuendo. This sign requires a respectful and subtle response. Acknowledge your comfort by maintaining open and relaxed body language yourself. This reciprocal nonverbal communication can deepen the connection and build trust. 17. The lingering gaze, a silent invitation. When a woman holds a man's gaze with slightly lowered eyelids, allowing the connection to linger just long enough for him to sense the situation before she looks away, this gesture creates a captivating dynamic of both spying and being spied upon, often sparking a strong sense of desire. The seduction lies in the silent communication, the unspoken acknowledgement of mutual interest. This sign underscores the power of nonverbal communication to create a connection. It signals confidence and interest without overt aggression. This mutual observation can create a bond, an electric connection that words often fail to achieve. 18. Eyebrow plucking, a subconscious appeal for protection. When a woman plucks her eyebrows above her forehead, this gesture carries significant meaning. By engaging in this act, a woman may unconsciously be making herself appear more defensive, which paradoxically can be quite seductive. This is because such a gesture can trigger the release of hormones in a man's brain that are closely associated with protection and defense. This sign highlights the subtle ways in which we communicate our needs and desires. In this case, a woman's subtle grooming habits can elicit a reaction in a man that aligns with his instinctual desire to protect, thus enhancing his attraction to her. 19. Hair up, exposing vulnerability. To captivate a man's attention, a woman might gather her hair and lift it into a ponytail or bun. This seemingly simple gesture reveals more than just a preference for a different hairstyle. It unveils the delicate and vulnerable skin on the back of her neck, an area typically concealed. This act of exposing a more hidden part of herself is inherently attractive, as it demonstrates a blend of vulnerability and openness. This sign underscores the power of vulnerability in fostering connection. It's an invitation to engage more deeply, to see beyond the surface, and to appreciate the vulnerability being shared. 20. Neck touching, revealing an erogenous zone. The neck holds a special allure as one of the most sensitive and erogenous zones of a woman, often becoming a subtle yet powerful signal of sexual attraction. Touching or exposing the neck can draw a man's attention almost instantly. This sign highlights the biological and social factors that contribute to attraction. The Enneac's allure isn't just about physical attraction, it's intertwined with deeper, more instinctual responses. 21. The triangle of attention, focused interest. Turning her knees and legs towards you, forming a triangle of personal space, is a deliberate signal of her interest and focus on you. The orientation of her legs is a clear indicator that she is tuning out distractions and emphasizing her attraction. This sign reinforces the importance of paying attention to the subtle cues of body language. Conclusion. The journey into the silent language of attraction reveals a complex tapestry of nonverbal cues, each offering valuable insights into a woman's interest and feelings. By integrating these observations with the principles of Stoicism, we can navigate social interactions with greater awareness, empathy, and authenticity. This journey is not about manipulation or control, but about fostering deeper, more meaningful connections based on mutual respect and understanding. Stoicism teaches us that we need to have respect for ourselves and others, so integrating that into your daily life can help to create connections and understanding. So embrace your strength and wisdom and grow by learning and understanding. Key takeaways. The importance of observation. Pay attention to the subtle cues of body language, as they often reveal more than spoken words. The power of empathy. Consider the feelings and perspectives of others in your interactions, striving to understand their unspoken needs and desires. The value of authenticity. Approach social interactions with genuine interest and respect, allowing your true self to shine through. The wisdom of Stoicism. Integrate Stoic principles of observation, mindful awareness, and virtuous action into your daily life to cultivate deeper, more meaningful relationships. Context is key. Always consider the context in which these signs occur, as their meaning can vary depending on the situation and the individuals involved. Respect boundaries. Be mindful of personal space and respect the boundaries of others, recognizing that not all signs of interest require a response. Be present. Focus on being present in the moment, fully engaged in the interaction, rather than being distracted by your own thoughts or anxieties. Practice self-awareness. Reflect on your own body language and how it might be perceived by others, striving to communicate your intentions with clarity and authenticity. Embrace imperfection. Recognize that human interactions are inherently complex and that mistakes are inevitable. Learn from your errors and continue to strive for growth and understanding. Cultivate meaningful connections. Seek out relationships that are based on mutual respect, trust, and shared values, recognizing that true happiness lies in genuine connection.